What's good, everybody? This your man Anthony Smith, DJ Trust, Jacksonville, Florida. Hey, look, it's a lot of things going on in our society and in our country, and it's a beautiful day here in Jacksonville, man. I hate the publicity, the negative publicity that my city gets because of the gun violence and the gang violence and the senseless murdering of black male men by other black male men. I think that it's very important that we establish a conglomerate of organizations, and because believe it or not, there are organizations that are out here in our city that is trying to eradicate and do away with the senseless gun violence. You have ministries, you have nonprofit, you have city ordained organizations. The value of life, man, is very important. And when we can reduce the value of life to you one of the victims on my song that I created about the people that I killed, we're in a very dangerous place, man, where our society and our culture and our neighborhoods and our community think that it's normal to kill somebody and put it in a song and then have it to become a #1 national trend on TikTok, dancing to one of those songs about shooting somebody and killing them and being disrespectful, and even to their dead grave, to their grave site, I'll piss on your grave kind of deal, man. I understand, and in the culture that seems acceptable, but in reality that's not acceptable, man. God didn't create any of us to function in a way that killing somebody is something that we bragged about, and it gave us a elite status in our community because we killed somebody. I remember hearing George Floyd say when he got out of prison and he came back to the community, some OGs were saying, man, the young dudes is running this, man. Them real niggas, man. They'll shoot you and don't even blink. And he said they were saying it as a celebratory thing, as a thing of, as back in the day, these dudes got the juice, and the community is respecting and honoring them as in a celebratory or glorifying who they are and what they do. Man, one of the things about that culture is, I'll use the NBA as an example. When LeBron James get hurt for the Lakers, in the sports world, it's the next man up. In this gang culture, in this rap culture, the rap culture that promotes violence and murder and drug dealing and all kind of lasciviousness, man, do you realize that you are one notch in the peg, and that you can be the one to make the whole thing topple, bring the whole thing down? And I said this before, and people, don't want to hear this kind of wisdom and knowledge. Man, somebody got to take an L for this to come to a head and be squashed and done away with. Somebody has got to make the decision that, God dang it, enough is enough. I'm not going to kill nobody else. Okay, they got us. They got us tagged. We was it last, and guess what? We saying we not playing that game no more, man. Wouldn't that be a glorious thing? And it can be done, because gun violence is a taught behavior, just like, racism is a taught behavior. And we can work the issues out, man. There's nothing under the sun that cannot be negotiated and worked out if we put our pride and our status aside to stop this violence, stop perpetuating me killing you, you killing me killing you. Now it's your turn. Now it's my turn. Now it's our turn. Man, we got to stop that, man. It's more to life, man. I'm a grandfather, man. And one of the coolest things I've seen that deals with gun violence is in the movie Harlem Nights, when Richard Pryor character is talking to Eddie Murphy character. Eddie Murphy character is a young hothead. He want to fight. He want to be on go. Excuse me. He wants to always be on go and shoot and kill. Shoot to kill. No negotiating. No. And Richard Pryor character says to him, he said, "Man, you want to know what's cool, bro?" He said, "What's cool is being in the backyard watching my grandchildren play." And the point of that message was, you got to be there for that. How many grandkids will never even be born because their grandfather was shot in senseless gun violence? It's not cool to die. It's not cool to get shot 9 times and survive. And that gives you some superhuman status in the community, man. That is not how God created us to function with each other. That is not normal. And we have to stand up and begin to say, what's going on with this gang violence and gun violence in our community, whether it's rap beef or just street and crime activity that leads to death in our community. We need to grab it by the horns as a community and make the declaration. One of the first things we need to do is establish that it's not normal. We need to come up with better ways to do conflict resolution in our community. And I believe, I work with an organization that deal with high-risk individuals that are likely to shoot somebody or likely to get shot. And one of the things that's powerful in dealing with these cats, man, is guess what? They got hearts, they got feelings, they got emotions, and they're real people. And they're dealing with a lot of issues. And not only the issues, but the plague of glorification of criminality and gun violence in movies and video games, and in those instances when you see it on TV and you see it in games and you see it in the Hollywood realm, it's always done with a sense of glorification. It's always done with, a braggadocious or a person of status or wealth. But in the real world, when you commit those acts that they glorify in movie, TV, and game and video games, in the real world, that gets you killed. In the real world, that gets you locked up. In the real world, that causes devastation and destruction in our community. So we got to stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe and begin to understand that we are the problem and the solution at the same time. I got a partner, man, and I love this dude to death, man. And my dude is awesome. And I approached him and I said, bruh, you have so much to offer the world. And I'm just going to pose this threat or question to you, not threat. I said, what's the difference between Spider-Man and Batman? Batman, excuse me, and the Joker. Both of them got powers. Both of them can cause devastation and destruction. The only difference is one is doing good with his power, with his skills and his ability, and he's enriching and encouraging and empowering people in the community, and one is not. Who you gonna be with all the gifts and the talents that you got? What are you gonna do with the gifts and talent? Are you gonna be a Batman or are you gonna be a Joker? Y'all be blessed. This your man Trust, and I'm looking forward to what the Most High is going to do in our community, because I truly believe that God is going to make the necessary changes and flip the script, and we're going to come into the realm of operating in who we are according to who He created us to be, and not being duped by an enemy who doesn't want for us what God has ordained, that we be a chosen, peculiar, blessed people. Y'all be blessed. This your man, DJ Trust. Noah's Ark, Cure Violence, Jacksonville, Florida.